Alright, it's looking like take 3. I was just about to say TakeOver Stand and Deliver. Like, you can name all of the NXT shows at one time, and it could still count as the NXT show we know we talking about. But no, what was that last night? The Great American Bash in celebration of the country's independence. I said this a couple of times now, so I'm already like over repeating it, you know. But last night it was a showing of who was to be trusted with what, who's transitioning, who's not. You know what I mean? They always talk this 6-month bit. So is the budget cuts coming soon? Are the releases gonna happen? You know, who's gonna be released? Who's floundering right now? From what I'm seeing, from my standpoint and my vantage point, watching 2.0 week to week, I'm seeing everyone caring. Anyone that's not around right now isn't supposed to be, but anyone that's there seemingly wants to be. So that's how that goes. So let's go ahead and get into this before my phone goes crazy and then just has me start this over again in another hour, which I'm not going to do. So let's just go ahead and get it in. Let's run through the names, man. Everybody know how I feel about all these cats one way or the next. If you don't go back and look, you got to subscribe to see what's coming next, though. So Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez, new tag champs for the women's division in NXT. I'm not opposed to it. Roxy's good. Cora needs work. I think Roxy and Cora need to have practice in ring instead of looking like besties. You know, like, they're great, but let's not twist it up. You know what I mean? Like, it's developmental for a reason, and we need to see, you know what I'm saying, like, the results of that. You know, we got plenty of people that, well, we got one guy that's complaining so far. But, I mean, I'm noticing. I definitely peep it, but that ain't even a knock on Cora, you know what I mean? Like, I like Gigi and JC beyond, like, the look. I think that they were both selected by Triple H in the last vestiges of 1.0 Black and Gold. You know, right before things started to really shift and he had to deal with his health scare and such like that, Gigi Dolan and JC Jane was who's on my TV screen. They were the ones who were being selected. People were going down with injury. I feel like Zoe Stark had just went down with injury back then. So I'm pretty sure that lines up somewhere around there, you know. And yeah, man, all of them did good in the match for what it was worth. For what it was worth. I wasn't really trying to go crazy. Now, it's not supposed to be crazy if the women's tag team titles don't have that much prestige, right? Okay, so there's the negative standpoint. From the positive space, it's looking like a lot of shifts and transitions are beginning to happen in WWE. It's going to be new rivalries, new feuds. I can't wait. So we'll see how it develops. What's going to happen with, the women's tag team championships now? Katana and Kaden are going to come through. But at this point, I want to see other women's tag teams before Katana and Kaden come trying to jump in. Because then when they jump in, it's going to be like, nah, there's nothing else to talk about. Like, on some this, they deserve a story. And when they jump in and dominate all the other teams and win the women's tag team championships on NXT, there we go. You know, so that's how I feel about the women's tag division right now. Everything is what it is, but we need more. We need more women's tag teams. And I mean developed tag teams, not just, you know, the hodgepodge throw-togethers that just make sense in the moment. Like, how did we get from Sleepy and Dakota Kai to Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade? I don't even know when that shifted. But at the same time, hey, I know Sleepy was in action last night, but I didn't get to see it because I didn't make it to my screen. I'm not mad at it, but for the people that are starting to have their eyes open to Tiffany Stratton, I'm glad, you know what I mean? I'm glad that she's developing, not some, oh yeah, you should have seen sooner. Nah, I'm glad that she's developing so it can make it look like I got a vision on this, because there's clearly a difference between the sports entertainer and the in-ring professional, or the, whatever you want to call it, the in-ring technician or however. So when we looking at Tiffany Stratton, I'm seeing improvement the same way we would see improvement with Liv Morgan. Now, I haven't seen Tiff in the ring in a while, but from what I'm hearing and the little things I got to see the past couple times, I did see her. Yeah, man, there's improvement the same way we noticed Liv making improvement. So, yeah, man, there's all that. Now, all right, 14 minutes on this. We ain't got much time. Let's get to it, man. That was I. Oh, whoa. Yo, whatever. I must have missed some craziness. Trick Williams Wesley. Trick is I. Trick is good, man. New entrance, new character developing. It's early too, but he's already had it. So everyone is just, at least the way I'm looking at it, I'm happy to see him finally starting to be allowed to come a little more out of the shell. They giving him a little bit more equipment to work with, as opposed to just simply being a mouthpiece for the A champion. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole other conversation. Shouts to Trick, he's killing it. Wes, I'm gonna give Wes, I think about it, I'm gonna give Wes about 3 more weeks of this sorrow act, but I'm done on that shit. Like, there's no sorries. Like, if Wes supposed to come back and he big and strong, then come back big and strong, done deal. You know what I mean? Like, make waves, because this little losing streak, even though it was some shenanigans attached, you know what I'm saying? What's that? Wes on Wes on North American Championship levels? I don't know about that. That sounded a little crazy to me. Like, that sounds like a bit much. Like, I mean, what makes sense, right? So this is what we're doing with everybody. So you know what? Let's just take time and see how it all plays out. I'm not even going to go hard on it. Shouts to Wesley and Nash Carter still, you know what I'm saying? And Trick was out there and killed it. And then Mello killed it too. Tiffany Stratton, Wendy Chu, that's fine. Tiff and Sleepy, I'm thinking it was good, because Sleepy's actually very good in ring. So to be able to get in there and really, show everyone where Tiff is developed too, it's a good look, man. So then, after that, we got Giovanni Vinci stepping on Apollo Crews. Good God Almighty. I'm thinking that's about to be a dope-ass little match. So we going to wait for it, because it didn't come through to my screen. Carmelo Hayes, Grayson Waller. Waller came out with his pretty average heel entrance. And then Hayes had probably one of the best entrances I've seen on NXT since the Karrion Kross days. It was dope. I mean, it's not better than Karrion Kross's, because, just the feminine element. But I mean, man, it was great, yo. He's really stepping in his character, and I'm glad that everybody has the faith in him that we all had in him from the gate. Like, man, shouts to Mello, yo. Shouts to Trick and Mello, bro. They killing it. So, and shouts to Waller too, but we need to see something else. Like, I want to say add a title, but no. Creed Brothers, Roddy Strong, and Damon Kemp. Kemp is fine fundamentally. I'm going to just keep on watching him. He's good. He's the David Otunga we didn't have. So there's that. Backstage, I'm nitpicking, because I always shout out Ivy. Ivy lost rhythm when she was all trying to get the team together. I understand how she was trying to keep the team together, but it's still like clear tension and friction. That shit awkward as hell. Where's Bibbins? He's gone now. So, Diamond Mine, I'm glad that it's still a thing, but right now it's a little rough to look at. I'm not gonna hold you. So there go that. Creed's won. That's fine. What else? Braun Breaker, Cameron Grimes. Before we get there, we'll talk about Santos Escobar. Shouts to him. He had, 22 years or something like that? He has an anniversary on the 4th. Shouts to him. You know what I mean? I remember when he was Eho and the breakout tournament from before. You know what I mean? It just goes to show that the breakout tournament really does create new superstars quite potentially. We look at Carmelo Hayes, another winner. One of them guys that I called said, yo, he actually is coming with a little bit of flair, like a little bit of spark to him. Another one won the tournament. I'm glad to see that. And I mean, technically, that made me a 2-time champ, because I called it like that, but it's all good. I don't even think I was calling Eho, but when he was Eho, it was shocking when he popped out as, like, a whole new character. But whatever, that was another thing. So shouts to Santos Escobar for, his tenure doing this. You know what I mean? Years in it, and generational and shit like that. So man, like, there's a level of respect that you have for people that have been doing something for over a decade. So shouts to him for that. And Tony D, man, like these guys, all of these guys, Tony D, Santos Escobar, Carmelo Hayes, these are the guys, Trick Williams, these are the guys that are going to be, in WrestleMania matches. I'm not going to go as far as to say main events, but I would definitely say matches. Like, these guys are going to be, what I'm looking forward to watching in a couple of years, man. If not 1 year, maybe Hollywood, I don't know. But there's a lot and a lot of shit to go through when it comes to this, so whatever. Main event, Cameron Grimes, Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is doing the best work so far of his career. He's learning, he's coming along, he's that face that everyone wants to see in NXT, like the big jock that can do it all. He looks that way. He has that vibe and that energy, so we just gonna keep on working with him. Cameron Grimes, Cameron Grimes. I'm not mad at Cameron Grimes right now, man. He still need a little bit of more polish to him. But as far as going up to the main roster, there's a couple different directions for him. The old man likes a country accent. Cameron Grimes got that shit in spades. I mean, I think the height and the build might, be a little bothersome to the old man. But outside of that, man, solid in ring. He could cut a promo if he's giving it the right way. But then, I mean, it still takes experience. And we know once you start going on tour for real, and the celebrity and the moving, the constant movement and all that, I don't know. So the transition into the main roster, plus the line, yeah, man, I don't know, man. We just gonna have to see how it all play out, man. 1 week at a time, 1 episode at a time. So if you ain't subscribed by now, I'm not shocked, but you should be knowing better by now. Either way though, yo man, do the favor, subscribe and holler at me next time. That was 2.0.